Hey there, awesome folks. This is Mentor Shelly coming to you, wanting to make sure you are a better version of yourself professionally. I've been been MIA for about a week or so. Just wanting to let you know, of course, I had to take care of some personal issues. Birthday just passed a couple days ago, so I was quietly off the net, off the social media, just to take some time for me and my fam. Anyway, just wanting to talk to you guys today about a situation that may not come up as often, but is probably kind of awkward when you do encounter it. When employers or employer representatives get rude when you're interacting with them during the career vetting process or during the job search process. What you can do, I'm going to talk about 2 or 3 ways that you can definitely stay professional when the other party in the conversation is getting rude or is getting short with you. Whether they realize it or not, they have to also maintain a level of professionalism. But the only thing you can be responsible for is what you say and what you do in the interaction. So the title of this today's video is When Employers Get Rude. 3 ways that you can keep the conversation or keep the connection professional. I'll give you a prime example. I was interviewing this was a few years ago. And I'm at, I say, hi, my name, they introduce themselves and say, oh, okay, by the way, we want you to come in for an interview, things of that nature. So, of course, as I always encourage you, your interview starts the minute you get that call for the interview with the person on the phone. Hi, let's just use her name, Judy, because, we want to keep things professional. And, of course, we don't want to put people out there. So hi, so what? So I started asking my preliminary questions, like, what type of interview is it going to be? Is it going to be a panel interview? Is it going to be a video interview? Is it going to be an in-person interview? How many people will I be interviewing with? Those are the type of questions. And I think, maybe because a lot of either recruiters or recruiter contacts or the assistants that are working with the recruiters themselves or HR professionals, like myself, sometimes are not used to people asking so many questions. Sometimes, maybe in a rush, they may get short with you. You have to make sure that, in things, number 1, to make sure that you maintain your professional, calm tone of voice, even when they're either raising your voice at you or they're shouting. In this particular instance, I was asking the questions and I noticed that her answer started to get short. I didn't keep her on the phone that long. I just wanted to get the preliminary. I said, listen, I understand that this is pretty much the way I responded to the shortness. I said, listen, I understand that you're going through and you're making contact with a lot of different people for positions that you're hiring for. I just want to make sure that I have all the details necessary to be successful in this interview. And I think once I said that, the level of professionalism returned, so to speak. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. I hope I didn't mean to come off to you curt. That was her response to me on the phone. And of course, then I got all my questions answered. So that was the first piece of getting prepared for the interview. And of course, that's just one part of what you do when you're on the phone with them. Your interview process starts there. And if you're looking for additional help to getting what else is needed to be fully prepared for that interview, there is a audio series resource that I have available at mentorshirley.com/services/interview-help. That is a 7-part audio series that talks about what you need to do the minute you get that phone call for the interview and what you need to do and all of the steps you need to take, all 7 steps that you need to take to make sure that you are ready and you're walking in that interview, as you always hear me say, like a real boss. So this is just one of the ways. When you are also encountering employer contacts or employer representatives, one way, of course, is to keep your voice calm, your tone of voice calm. And as of course, and we talked about in my story where I was saying I was asking the questions, ask the necessary questions to get all the information you need to be ultra prepared for this interview. That's important. And three, sometimes, and of course I gave her my spiel where I say, I understand that you're empathetic to their situation. I understand that you're dealing with a lot and you're making a lot of contacts. I just want to make sure that you understand that I'm asking these questions to be ultra prepared for the interview. Another thing you can do, which is thing 3 that you can actually do, is ask the employer representative, how's your day going so far? Sometimes that'll help to ease the tension of the person on the phone. And you say, you know what, I'm having a rough day. And that may be what you're getting when they're getting curt or they're getting short with you. Some of them may not let up and may just keep breezing through and not realize that you're trying to check in with them to communicate with them better. Some of them will pick up on it, some of them won't. But it is just one of the 3 ways I definitely talk about. And there's actually an article in my July newsletter, which I'm going to also attach at the bottom of this video, that talks about actually five ways to maintain your professionalism when you are connecting with employers, although sometimes they're not as professional as they need to be. That's, of course, it's a free resource, and I wanted to make sure that you had access to that. I wanted to just go over 3 things today in this video, but the other 2 are also included in the newsletter from July. I am going to have those newsletters available. I did do the newsletters from January until July. I stopped doing them because, one, the resource was not being used like I assumed. I was hoping that, that the information in there would definitely help others, but in order for it to help you, you actually have to read it or review it. So those are discontinued until January of 2019. And what we're going to do is release them every other month and then put a whole lot more information. So it will be more of not just a newsletter, but it's like a booklet of, career advice and career resources that can definitely help you to get from point A to point B in your career changes or establishing your career if you're just coming out of high school or college. Now, of course, if you have any additional questions, if you're looking for additional help or one-on-one working with me to get ready for your interview, what to do before the interview, what to ask during the interview, and also what to be prepared for once you get that call back from the interview, definitely check out my other resource where you get to work one-on-one with me so we can go through your interview strategy at mentorshelley.com/services/interview sessions. And I will definitely work with you one-on-one where we would go through what you do before, what you're going to do during, and what you need to do after the interview to make sure that you not only handle the interview like a boss, but you come out with the confidence that you will get offered that job. All right, guys, take care. Of course, if you have any additional questions, general career questions, you can always, go to mentorshelley.com/contact, and you can leave me a voicemail or email message, and I'll be more than happy to return that call or voicemail within 24 hours. And of course, if you like the information that was shared in this video, you can like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel or on the IGTV or Facebook or wherever you are viewing this video. As always, this is mentorshelley.com, wanting to make sure that you are a better version of yourself professionally, and you're doing so while achieving your dream career. Guys, take care and you have a good one. Bye.